is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
Hello and welcome to the 101st edition of the Celebrity Afterlife Report. This is the only show on the internet that gives you the up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebs. I am the Celebrity Medium, and it is my pleasure each week to be your conduit to the goings-on of the famous and infamous in the next world. A very big name just arrived in the afterlife. We'll be telling you about him, and we'll have a few other stories for you as well. And with that introduction out of the way, how about we dive right into the deep end of the pool? You probably already guessed that the big name I just referenced is Muhammad Ali, who some call the greatest boxer of all time. As is true for everyone in the next world, Ali once again looks as he did at his adult best on the earthly plane, free from the Parkinson's disease that ravaged him for the past few decades. Upon his arrival, the champ was greeted by a huge crowd of fans. My afterlife contacts unanimously agreed that it was the biggest welcoming they had ever seen. Alongside the unofficial greeter to the stars, James Brown, was Smokin' Joe Frazier, who fought Ali 3 times over the course of their careers. My sources tell me that the two immediately started trash-talking each other, threatening to start fighting. Although JB kept them apart, it was obvious to the crowd they were just play acting. Ali made an impromptu speech about how happy he was to see everyone and how nice it felt to be fully mobile again before exiting the stage to begin his new existence. My sources tell me that, according to the Next World Press, Ali was immediately inundated with offers to host television shows, appear in stage productions as well as movies, and return to the boxing ring. Perhaps the most unusual yet, entirely predictable offer came from Vince McMahon Sr. As regular listeners know, Vince Sr. currently runs a Shakespearean acting company whose regular cast is composed mostly of former professional wrestlers. Now, what you might not know is that on the earthly plane, he also once promoted a fight between Ali and Japanese wrestler Antonio Inoki. The Afterlife gossip press is speculating that McMahon has offered Ali a job with his acting troupe. A rumor, and it's strictly rumor, has it that he has Ali in mind for the role of Cassius in the Bard's play Julius Caesar. As I'm sure you know, Ali's birth name was Cassius Clay. It's not known at this time whether or not Ali is considering the offer. Next, a follow-up to last week's story about the huge concert David Bowie staged recently in iVironment. The media and regular folks alike have praised Bowie for sharing the stage so generously with Prince, Jim Morrison, and Elvis Presley. The show was originally supposed to be merely a makeup for the one that got cut short when Bowie was electrocuted when iVironment's indoor rain equipment went off during his performance of Gene Genie. Artist Jackson Pollock is widely suspected of having turned the waterworks on, but that has not been proven, and Pollock hasn't been seen publicly since the incident. Now, when Prince arrived in the next world, Bowie invited him to perform alongside him. Word is that when the Purple One accepted the offer, Bowie decided to make it the biggest show anyone in the afterlife has ever seen. By all accounts, it was. Now, one detail that I didn't know last week was that before he brought Prince out on stage, Bowie and his backup band played the entirety of his last album titled Black Star, which came out only a few days before he transitioned to the afterlife. former American First Lady Jackie Kennedy continues to make news in the next world. Regular listeners know that Jackie has been dating former President Ronald Reagan in recent days, some say to spite her former husband, who has been keeping time with Marilyn Monroe for the past few months. As I've reported on in recent weeks, Mrs. K made a drastic change in her appearance recently in the form of very large breast implants. She seems to be enjoying the attention her new appendages get her whenever she and the Gipper are out in public, which is frequently. The Afterlife paparazzi vie to get a shot of her new figure wherever they go. Well, it was probably inevitable, but according to my sources, she suffered the dreaded wardrobe malfunction the other night. It seems Jackie and Ronnie were getting out of their limo, about to enter a posh restaurant, when the horde of photographers there pressed forward, jockeying for the best position. Jackie, stepping out onto the sidewalk, was bumped by one of them and had a nip slip. That's right. For a moment, one of the first memories was evident to all. As you would expect, that led to a flurry of flashes going off, temporarily blinding her so that for several seconds, she was seemingly unaware of her indecent exposure. Photos of her boobage were published the next day all over the next world. Now, some, however, are saying that they think the slip was deliberate, and that if you watch the video of the incident in slow motion, you can see her pushing the thin shoulder strap of her dress back and to the left, causing the alleged accident. So far, there has been no comment from either Reagan or Jackie. Lastly, we've been following the ongoing saga involving former televangelist Tammy Faye Bakker. Because she essentially blackmailed her former fiancé Merv Griffin, Tammy is about to star in her own TV show titled Tammy's Court, in which she'll preside over squabbles as the judge. To prepare for the show, she has undergone plastic surgery and hired a fashion consultant. Now comes word that a sidekick has been chosen for the program. Jan Crouch was also a televangelist when she was on the earthly plane. If anything, Jan dressed even more outrageously than Tammy Faye did, often wearing two different colored wigs simultaneously. Jan transitioned to the Afterlife just the other day and was almost immediately offered the job of bailiff in Tammy's TV courtroom. A source who has seen her contract tells me that it contains a clause stating that she will continue to wear over-the-top makeup and wigs so as to contrast with Tammy Faye's new glamorous look. Now, I've been doing this for a while, and my spidey sense tells me there could be fireworks ahead, as both of these ladies are used to being the center of attention. Okay, that's it for another edition of the Celebrity Afterlife Report, the first of our second 100 shows. Never thought we'd make it this far. I sure hope you'll come back next week for another roundup of the most up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite celebs. Until then, you can help spread the word that the report is available for free on both iTunes and in the Google Play Store. Until then, enjoy your life, and I'll see you back here in a week. I am the Celebrity Medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.